Hello and welcome to day 7. Technically it's day 8, but we're still awake, so it's still day 7.
Day 7 recap.
Day 7 was awesome. We slept in. We went back to our favorite bakery. This time I had an asparagus pesto ricotta
burrata.
toast.
It was burrata.
Burrata toast.
Mm-hmm.
It's yummy. And I had a matcha, and Nick had an orange juice, and 2 cappuccinos, and
A croque madame.
croque madame. And that was yummy. And then we wandered around and looked in some shoppy shops, wandered into some historical sites, looked at some statues and stuff.
That was actually really cool. We found all of the tourist attraction kind of things, pre-museum style stuff, and it was
Outdoor
awesome.
museums.
Like 1,000-year-old statues and stuff like that. So it was really cool.
That was great.
We saw lots of cool architecture, and
We got nice and hot because we woke up late and it was already 92 degrees.
yeah. So
It was a warm day.
yeah, by the time we got to the cafe, it was 95, and I think it got as hot as 97. So
I have to tell you something, and that was really should have been in a recap we already told. And did we talk about the trash this year?
we are just so fascinated by the
trashes
trashes.
here are awesome. They look like the top piece looks like a blue mail
Kiosk thing.
You know, where you put your
Mail drop.
box. It's about that size. But when they pick it up, it's like 2 times as wide. Well,
It's like a 5x5 cube underneath.
and the garbage
5
truck
by 5
lifts
by
it
5.
up. And it's like an iceberg because you just see the little top, and it lifts up all of the 5 foot by 5 foot square of metal box around it, and the whole thing just comes out of the ground, and I think it's like 8 feet deep.
Yeah, probably deep.
It's like this long metal box comes out of the ground, and they drop out the bottom and then put it back. So everyone can be throwing into that same little garbage bin, and it's not disrupting
Or filling up too fast.
the
We just thought it was so
space.
interesting that they had a huge hole in the ground.
So they don't. I think those will serve in place of dumpsters. So if there's like an apartment complex there, and all of the traffic from the tourists, all of the
It's pretty
garbage
ingenious.
is taken care of. I thought it was really awesome.
And then once again, it empties from the bottom. They release it. Did you already say that? It's cool.
It's important stuff.
Anyway,
After that, we came back, took our laundry out of the washer, changed, and then we went on a long drive. And before we went south of Florence, and just to shake it up, we decided to go north of Florence. And the towns that sounded familiar at all were just like way too far away. So we kind of just like looked at the map and saw one that looked like it was on a mountain and it had a little tiny lake. And so we clicked on it, and it was like a 45-minute drive. And so we went for it. And Nick drove all the way there, and it was pretty much going up the mountain and really beautiful, scenic.
it was awesome.
Views.
It's all a highway, and that little scooter, we just had it pinned at full throttle for as long as it would go, and it was like hauling us uphill. So we were doing 50 kilometers. I felt bad for this little scooter, but it did great. It was a champion. We pulled over halfway to...
Not halfway, like 90% up the mountain, but we're still in the middle of nowhere.
Mhm.
But there's a really good viewpoint, and there's this gas station, and there's no
store.
There's no.
It's just pumps.
Just pumps.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a good view, so I was like, oh, let's pull over here.
We'll take a break.
We'll take a break. We'll take our sweaty helmets off and like feel the air on our scalps. And I had said earlier like how hard it would be. You just kind of dump all of your stuff into this box and then shut the lid to it on the back of the scooter. And I was like, what if you left your keys in there? That would suck.
Yeah, what if you left your keys in there? That would suck. So
I left my keys in there. The keys go to the box and the scooter, and then you open the box, and then they're in your hands, and you're trying to get stuff out of the box, so you set them down in the box, because it's a flat surface. It's the only flat surface. Don't set them down in the box.
So we shut the box, and then we went to go start the scooter, and it was like...
We just put away all our stuff and the keys.
So we just kind of tore open the box.
Which actually turns out, after like about 2 minutes, we just ripped it open. We did not
It was
damage
pretty easy.
it.
It's like a really flimsy plastic box, and so Grace like just like kind of peeled up the plastic and looked inside, and then we just unhinged the hinge. It doesn't look like a very secure box, so
Yeah, knowing that,
probably wouldn't have put so much of our belongings in there, including our passports and stuff, which we were told to like bring our passports everywhere because we were told that police might stop us and ask us for our passports, so, but they haven't yet. But anyway,
good to have. I
so we made it all the way up the hill into a little town. I forget what it's called, but I'll look it up really quick. And
we got there around 5:20.
Sure. I have no idea.
No, it was past 6. And we're kind of wandering around, and it's really hot, but it's like a ghost town. There's some people sitting out at a table, like 4 people sitting out at a little picnic table.
The town is called Barberino di Mugello, and it's like 45 minutes out of town.
But I'm wondering if like I really did just click a dot on a map, so I thought this might have been a bad idea. We went into the gelato shop, and the guy was like, a couple more minutes. I'm like, oh, he's like, come back, a couple more minutes. I'm like, okay. It's 5:30. I don't know if somebody was on break. So we went and walked around and sat by a fountain for a while. And we walked by this restaurant. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Not a soul in sight. And next thing, yeah, it opens at 6. And then we walked around a little bit. I'm like, it's 6:30. Where is everybody? Why is it not open? So we went back and like wandered back into the back and found somebody. Went and sat on the porch and hello. And our dinner was lovely. I had a pesto ricotta ravioli with the sage butter sauce, and the pasta was good, the sauce was good, the filling was good. I was very happy with my meal.
I thought it tasted like candles, like
It was
when
very
you go
sagey.
buy a sage flavored candle from
Scented.
whatever. I think I had mushroom and speck, and that's how you're supposed to say it. I looked it up. And cheese pizza with basil.
That's yummy.
And it was pretty good. You know what? We have to give it to George and Carly at Myelina. They do, their pizza bread is very authentic and very well done. And
We're getting a lot of Mylena-esque pizza.
And
obviously,
honestly,
local
Myelina's pizza
ingredients.
is better. It is pretty crazy.
The
So
dough's pretty good.
shout out to those guys, I guess. Anyway, then we had dinner. We decided to scoot down to the lake. Grace drove us to the lake. She drove so good, so fast. And
Vroom.
yeah, she got up to like 90 kilometers an hour. So that's, just so everybody knows, is 60 miles an hour on a freaking Vespa with no windshield or anything. Just
I did get
eating
some bugs. It was just like bug. Like bug in your helmet, and so I put the thing down, but
So we found where we were supposed to go. We got turned around a little bit. We found where we were supposed to go, and a lot of houses down on this peninsula that led into this artificial lake, and it's called an artificial lake because of the dam that's above it. So
it's a reservoir.
whatever.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
I thought it was like, it looked like a little mountain town. It
Mhm.
looked very Idaho-esque. And
We found the most Idaho-looking spot. Grace pointed this out. The most Idaho-looking place that we could find. There's like farm land around. There's rolls of hay. People fishing.
Kind of really casual family gatherings on the shore. Mexicans barbecuing. It was great. It was great. It was just our cup of tea. So we wandered around.
We
I
felt
got
right
in
at
the
home.
water.
Mhm. Grace took a dip.
And then we rode home into the sunset. And
Grace drove home.
I drove home.
It took us a different way home. So I think when we went there, we went up and back down the mountain. And I think this time we went around the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And because Grace didn't have really any hills. But it was a really cool way to go home.
My way was a lot
lots of traffic.
windier.
Grace had a lot more traffic than I did. Just scary because it was kind of like little mountain road, so everything's skinny.
It's
but
like
people are passing
the speed
her.
limit's 60. I'm going 70, and people are zooming by me and like honking, and so I'm just like, I'm
as fast
giving
as-
it all I got, but also it's kind of getting dark.
We were, like,
and the road is
Pretending
windy.
to paddle, like the back person was pretending to like paddle to make it look like we were trying to go faster, but no one got the joke, I think. One small side note. Grace has been smiling at every passerby that we
People
see.
frown here.
They
a
frown.
lot.
They don't give a shit.
Like they'll just look you in the eye.
And cold, dead stare you.
And
And
I'll
Grace is
smile.
like arguably one of the cheeriest people I've ever met, and she just is like,
I'm like 2 out of
And they're just
10%
like-
get a smile back around here.
yeah. Even from old men, which is maybe the easiest audience, yeah, not a chance. Old women, not even close.
I'm surprised nobody spit on me yet.
I think that we look very American, because we walk into a restaurant and we say, hi, and then they pick up the American English menus and hand them to us, and then they start speaking English.
Which is part of the reason why I haven't really picked up any Italian phrases. Because I don't want to start off with a phrase and then have
I don't
them,
think it's
and then
worth
be
it.
like, I
Yeah,
was bluffing. I don't know how to say anything else. So
it's just so cringy when you see people that are just like, buongiorno, or they say, like I saw this lady that was obviously from the States try to say thank you, and she said please instead, and the Italian lady just like smiled and nodded, and I was like, oh god. So we've just decided to be on the train of just very kind, very thankful,
Very
lots of
English.
smiles, lots of laughs, but just like not trying to hide that we're American or butchering like their language that they know that we can't speak. So we say ciao. Ciao when you walk in means hi. Ciao when you leave means bye. Or ciao ciao means bye bye. And a lot of people say ciao ciao. They do. Have you heard that?
I thought,
Ciao,
you
ciao.
I thought that was your joke. Thing
No,
I
I think it's funny. But
thought you
it's
were just trying to get me to say dumb
no,
stuff.
it's for real. Anyway, so we drove home. Today was the last day with the scooter.
So we milked her for all she had.
So we stopped at this really lit up glass greenhouse thing that was actually housing a music festival, which was cool.
People playing violins, and it was an
Cellos
orchestra.
and yeah, it was cool. They're like vibrating the glass panes and stuff.
And then we walked around in that little park,
Mm-hmm.
took a stroll,
Took a stroll.
got back on the Vespa, came home, and changed into our walking people clothes because it was time to give back the scooter. So we drove to the scooter place, dropped it off, and walked our little bums home.
we actually decided to not walk home. We decided to walk
We took a long path home.
We took the scenic route.
I was just like, there's this one place we haven't really seen. It's not that far away. We should walk this way.
The
so
scooter
we can
rental
go
guy was
see it.
very helpful, and he was like, you can't scooter here. It's for walking people only.
And I thought we didn't ever go there.
We should go.
Turns out we did.
We did go
Remember
there.
the outdoor museum we went to already today?
It felt like we went like 6 or 7 different places, but it turns out they're all in the same pocket of area, and so we
just
saw
kept walking.
all of the monuments that we'd been like traveling to, all in one place. So it made us kind of feel dumb.
I convinced Nick.
and a
I
little
was
bit
like,
lost.
you know what? It's our last night. Let's walk 20 minutes this direction and then 30 minutes home to go see this thing. And I thought, you know what? We're awake. Everyone's awake. The streets are bright. It's just like people walking everywhere. Why not? Well, we've already seen it. That's why. So we got to see it in the dark.
We got to see it in the dark. It was cool. There was lots of young people having romantic moments in public, and lots of people peeing on the street all at the same time. So
We didn't see anyone peeing. We just saw wet pee
stepped
spots.
over puddles. Yeah, whatever. And then what else did we do?
We stopped at a sweets place. We got the kids candy.
Oh yeah, we got
And we stopped at another
Arlo,
sweets
June,
place.
and Edie a bunch of candy from this weird little shop.
We don't know what's in any of it,
So we couldn't get Felix anything there, but we will get him something cool.
We'll get Felix something safe, and then the children get weird gummies. But we stopped at a sweets place for ourselves, and I got some pastry-like things.
Mm-hmm.
Got a shortbread cookie with jam. It was good. The shortbread cookie was exactly what you want. It was like crisp and a little bite and a chewy. It was yummy. And then I had the swirly little.
Just keep talking.
Swirly little.
No.
Smells coming through. Heart croissant thing. It's not a croissant. Swirly heart pastry. And a thing that I thought was
It's a palmier.
to other people. I had one of those. It was really, really yummy.
It tasted like it's been out all day. So it was just like kind of crunchy, stale, hard.
What was the other thing you got?
Cannoli.
Yeah, that was not good. I threw that
Also
away.
crunchy, stale, and hard. 0 for 3. I
got
got
a
an
slushie.
orange Sicilian ice or whatever they call it. It's like a Hawaiian shaved ice or whatever. It's a slushie.
It comes out of a slushie machine.
Comes out of a slushie machine. They're delicious. They're refreshing. It's like 90, it's probably 80 degrees. Still walking around at night. It was awesome. And then we walked all the way home.
We were sugar wired the whole way home.
Mm-hmm.
Then we showered and put our jammies on. And now we're ready to zonk out because it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to wake up early tomorrow and go to Cinque Terre. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Cinque Terre.
Cinque Terre.
We are not necessarily going to Cinque Terre. We're going to a small town outside of Cinque Terre called Manarola. Is that in the Cinque Terres?
It's in the Cinque Terre, so we're going to Rio Maggiore.
No, it's Manarola.
We're in Rio Maggiore.
We're going to the coast.
We take a train to a town, and then we're taking a bus to a town, the next town over that's 5 minutes away. We're going to both of the towns that we're saying. But it's in the region with the colorful houses on the cliffs, so that's
We're pretty
where
excited.
we're going next.
We booked a kayak trip So we get to
Go
kayak
play in the
from
water.
some of the towns across the water in the ocean, and that was recommended to us by a couple that we took a cooking class with, and decided it might be kind of fun. So if we get lost, that's where we are.
Goodbye.
Okay, another 20-minute video that we tried not to do, but here we are. We love you. See you in a couple days.